going to discuss about the 3 point of affect the web project management. So the first one will be the globalization. So I will explain about some point first. The project management for the globalization is will be more complicated than the domestic project. So the project manager need to understand the social, economy, and cultural factors that will affect the project environment. So these international projects will take a higher risk than the domestic project because the cultural difference will be the main issue in the project management environment. So a high degree of the communication between the project manager and the project team will be needed. So but the communication in the international environment will be more complicated because maybe they will use the different language in communication. So it will create some intercultural communication problems that will result in some misunderstanding and conflict. So what's your opinion?
I think because nowadays have a lot of the translator, I think from the different country they can use this type of translator to provide their original meaning.
I think the globalization affecting the project management is maintaining a team connections. Um, Globalization allow the team to build and maintain a strong connection to each other. Um, Besides that, globalization of the web project management can come between the team members through a fear of the unknown, and it could be that the team member feel their job are at the risk and maybe outsources, and maybe they think their job may become more difficult to do because the competition is upcoming.
Yeah, some more if using the outsource, it can protect the quality of the project and also the trust, but maybe will be high cost for using the outsourcing, I think.
Yes, I would agree to what FOONG said also because recently, since 2020 and above, the project management trend is ramping up. Like every year, it's changing, it's evolving to a better version. So we are at an era where we have to have a piece of tech of software that needs to be on point, on top of the list, so that we can keep up with the marketplace and all. So due to this, the digital project manager should always develop the technology in a kosher way. Then there are a few things that we should always consider is that we should always do research about what's coming up new and what's needed for the new generation, so that we can always keep up on the trend. Then another thing is that we should also ride the automation wave, which is like setting up email filters, automatic reminders, and follow-ups for the team so that we can always follow up with what we have to do and what has been done.
I also think outsourcing is bring the disadvantage for the web project management. Like, sometimes the outsourcing will bring the disadvantage in the communication and some security threats when the sensitive data is involved. So if you outsourcing, it will like mm, have some problems when we communicate with the company supplier.
I think that the outsourcing will bring a lot of challenge, such as the poor quality of the final product because the company every company will its own approach and quality standard for the software development. So when the project is outsourcing, so it is a challenge to make sure the contractor is working by follow the standard and the final product will meet all the customer needs. So the project is outsourcing, so it is difficult for the company to make sure the final products is uh, follow the customer requirement.
Because we have a globalization, maybe we can have a virtual team, because like we can conduct the video conference and meeting with them to operate our the company to the global.
You mean something like collaboration like that?
Yeah, because now we have many this type of like Google Meet, the Microsoft team, so we can use the virtual team to expand or to operate the company like the crop like the so the company can go into the global, can make more money.
Yes, I agree to what AC said actually, because as we all know, whatever work is done individually, whatever work is done in a huge team or in many hits, it always gives a better impact. It's more productive in a way than we do it individually or in a small team. So as we know, communication is like the most essential component of collaboration. So to collaborate, we need communication, and like what Casey said, we can use all kind of platforms that we have now for the online communication for that, and we can make use of it. The only thing I don't understand is the outsourcing.
Outsourcing is like giving the project, creating the project by the third party company, right? Like we ask the third party company to do the project for us, and we just pay. We tell them our requirement, and then they work for us.
Okay, okay. So, as a conclusion, I would like to say that in this era, project managers are no longer purely focused on managing development teams and producing website. So today you got to produce something that's more innovative and impactful. So this is built upon empathy towards human needs and desires, because human needs and desires are something that always changes from time to time, and even when technology rises, it gets even higher demand. So according to that, we should always see ourselves in a place where we are hitting the point as we evolve together with the time and technology. And as we discussed today, uh, we should uh, we should report to the trend that's affecting the project management in these three ways, which was what we discussed today, which is the globalization, outsourcing, and visual team.